there's been a lot of targeting going on. And I know I've been talking to you guys about it, but there's been a lot of hate crime in the Asian community. And so, I just wanted to talk about that a bit because we talk about it. So, and I know Vash and I have had a lot of conversation about it. So, and I know there's something that he wants to share.
So share, Vash.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's so disturbing to watch all of this like anti-Asian activity going on. I mean, I think, I don't know about you guys, but I have a rainbow tribe of friends from all walks of life, all ages, all ethnicities. And I have a lot of Asian friends. And to see the world be so violently and openly violent against them is really disturbing. And especially when I see that it's actually Black people being disrespectful and aggressive towards Asian people. Because I'm not sure that people really know this, but the Chinese and the Black communities really do have a tight bond. Back in the days right after slavery, when whites were not wanting, well, first of all, right after slavery, when labor was not free, Chinese people were trying to be used in the fields, as cheap labor. Well, they were not having it. They weren't having it. So they left and decided to open stores. And right after being freed, whites in the segregated South did not want to have anything to do with Blacks. So allowing them into the same stores, et cetera, was not acceptable. So it was the Chinese that actually served the Black people in the South, especially in Mississippi. And they also served the white population. I mean, there was a time when over 70% of the populations were being served by a very tiny Chinese population. I mean, they gave credit to Blacks when they didn't have money and people just floated, et cetera. So there's a really amazing synergy. A lot of Blacks would not have survived without Chinese. So that connection really needs to be honored.
Okay. In listening to you, first of all, I didn't know that there were a lot of Black people targeting Asians. I didn't know that. And hello, Derwin. Hello, hello, Keith. How you guys doing? I didn't know that, Vash. So you just told me something that I didn't know about. I didn't know about that.
Yes. Yes.
Well, when we say a lot, can we quantify a lot? Because I mean, my impression is that this is just yet another chapter of systemic racism that is fueled by and through white supremacy. Black people did not create the Chinese Exclusion Act. White people did. I mean, and these recent acts of violence in Atlanta that was perpetrated by a white person. That person was not Black. I agree with you, Vash, that there is a historic connection between the Chinese community and the African American community. I also think that we get to, pull back the layers and we find out where the roots of all of this anti-Muslim, anti-Black, anti-Asian, anti-Hispanic, that's all rooted in white supremacy. So yes, I think it's a marvelous opportunity for us as communities of color to pull together and for our white allies to pull together to create a better world. But, from when I look at the genesis of all of this, it stems from white, male, patriarchal, white supremacist concepts and philosophies that have really divided communities of color and have us pitted against one another. And so I think this is the opportunity, like you're saying, Vash, for us to come together and really check ourselves. Because, what is good for one community of color can be good for all of us.